Hello everybody and welcome to this microeconomic video on government failure. So firstly, to our top left information section. Now the aim of governments is to maximise welfare. So therefore, if the government does not maximise the welfare of its citizens, or in fact it creates a net welfare loss, then the government has failed because it has not met its aim. So the aim of governments is to maximise welfare, and if they do not meet this aim, or they go against it completely, then the government has failed. Now, governments can fail due to 4 reasons, and our first reason in the top right is inadequate market information. So, in order for governments to make the perfect economic decision that will benefit the people in the best way, they need to have perfect market information. However, governments obviously, just like everybody else, don't always have this. So therefore, if they do make the incorrect decision because they don't have the right information to make the correct decision, then they have not maximised welfare by making the wrong decision, or they have created a net welfare loss, so have therefore failed. Next, we have conflicting objectives, and sometimes the government cannot always meet its aims because its desired outcome of maximising welfare isn't compatible with what's going on currently. So for example, the government cannot cut taxes and increase spending at the same time. Those two don't really go together, because if it cuts taxes, it doesn't have the money coming in to increase its spending. But the only way to maximise the welfare of its citizens would be to increase that spending, or to cut taxes. But it can't do the two of them together. So therefore, as it can't do the two of them together, it has not maximised welfare, so therefore the government has failed. Next, we have administrative costs. So sometimes the cost of correcting the market may actually outweigh the benefits we get back from correcting it. So it would be something like, if I wanted to buy a used laptop and then fix up that laptop, so for example, it might cost me £100 to fix up, but I might only be able to then sell it for £80. So it's not worth doing. And this is the same kind of idea here. The cost of correcting the market and the economy outweighs the benefit we will get from correcting that market and correcting the economy. So therefore, it's not worth doing, so the government won't do it. And if the government doesn't do it, then therefore it is left a net welfare loss alone and hasn't maximised welfare. So therefore the government has failed. And next we have the creation of a market distortion. And this is when, if the government does correct the market, it actually creates a new market failure in that process. An example is a housing bubble. So for example, if the housing market fails and it then intervenes with that market to correct it, in doing so the prices of houses might go up until eventually houses become too expensive, so nobody buys them, so the prices crash again and the market fails again. So therefore, in correcting the market, it has created a new way for the market to fail. And a good example of this is the Common Agricultural Policy of the European Union. And I would advise you read up on this, particularly in the small Edexcel Economics AS Unit 1 student book by Philip Allen, because it sums up the common agricultural policy of the EU and how it has failed quite well.